Here we go. Quick nugget for today. Tuesday. A quick nugget for today. Quick nugget. All right. We're going to go into this preterism. Full preterism, by the way. I'm not going to do the law because you people ain't going to change. You're going to keep the law no matter what. No matter what nobody says, you're going to do the law. You're going to do your little Shabbats and all this other good stuff. You know, maybe I'll do that after the preterism. The preterism has been beating on my, ever since the Ronald Dalton, Judah Mack versus William Bell and et cetera, et cetera. You know, it ain't that many, obviously, full preterists out there. Some in other countries, some all over the place. Obviously, futurism, eschatology is the dominant view in the thought of eschatology in our day. Does it make it correct because it's the main thought in our day? Absolutely not. All right. So I got a little quick nugget, my own little questions that I conjure up to ask and think and give people questions like they like to give me questions on how to think, what not to think, what about this, what about that, when did that, all that. But anyway, quick little nugget. So I don't want to talk too long. Make this a quick little short YouTube. Questions to ask futurism eschatology. Questions to ask futurist eschatology. We're always getting the questions. We can answer them the best we can, but you guys get some questions. Who was Yahusha and the apostles talking to about the prophecies, and what time did they give to say those things will happen? Okay, that's number one. Number two, did Yahusha lie, yes or no, about prophecy in the first century? Don't give me no garbage. Did he lie, yes or no? Number three, were the apostles confused on who they were talking to? Were they confused who they were talking to and about what they were talking about? Were they confused? 4, where is the proof he's coming back? Not your belief he's coming back. My friend Neil told me by believing in the scripture, I told him that's your belief. What's connected or what's the proof to say he's coming back? Don't tell me in the future. Proof. Why should I trust Yahusha's words today? And the people who, this is number 5, the people, excuse me, he was talking to have been lied to according to futurism. So why me as a believer today should trust Yahusha's word when futurism says the people he was talking to, he lied to them? Don't say you didn't say he lied. He didn't lie. Yes, he did. He had to lie according to futurism eschatology. No gap theory. Gap theory. Number 6. Was the temple, Herod's temple, connected to his coming in terminology? Was the temple connected to his coming in the terminology of Yahushua HaMashiach's coming? Not second coming, because many times he came, but we usually use as preterists the word parasua, his presence, his coming, a sign. Number 7. Are the first century believers disappointed in Yahusha for not telling them it wasn't going to happen in their generation? Are the first century believers disappointed that Yahusha for not telling them it wasn't going to happen in their generation? Boy, if they not disappointed, they crying sad. They calling Yahusha some names, probably. You know, what would you be doing if you heard all the words that they heard? Oh, by and by. No, you wouldn't have been saying that, and those endure to the end, suffering and persecution. You wouldn't be saying that. 8, can you teach futurism? Can you teach fulfillment to the unbeliever about his word on eschatology, if you were asked? Can you teach fulfillment eschatology fulfillment, either way, to an unbeliever about his word on eschatology, if you were asked? Say if an unbeliever knew a little bit of something watching TV or something, watching one of those movies from Tim LaHaye, Left Behind series or whatever, and he comes up and asks you some questions about your scriptures, and he starts to put you on a point, unbeliever, and starts hitting you up like an atheist. Can you answer them? Or you can say he's not a believer. He don't understand. Number 9. Laughing out loud. Futurism, eschatology should be taken to court. Futurism, eschatology should be taken to court and tried. And guess what Yahushua HaMashiach going to say? Who's the judge? Guilty, guilty, guilty. Sentence, guilty. Futurism, eschatology in court would be guilty. Here's the question, laughing out loud. Futurism, eschatology should be taken to court. Should they? Should all these preachers be taken to court on the eschatology? You're being silly. Should they? All the money they robbed, all the lying, all the books they sold, all the generations are saying this and this and this and that. No one's held accountable. Just move on to the next generation. Move on to the next century. Move on to the next 100 years. Just keep moving on. No accountability. Just keep moving on. Number 10. This is our point as preterists. Preterism says Yahushua told the truth, no games. Preterism eschatology says that Yahushua HaMashiach told the truth, no games, no gap theories, no separating verses. If you're going to use the verses where they added in verses 36 for 37, no gap theory trickery, no ambiguous talking, no slickery, no games. He said what he said and he meant what he said. That's it. Now you benefit from him keeping his word. You today that are living. Yehudim, Yasharel, Christians who don't believe in preterism, but you a believer, even though you got saved under this other guy's name, etc. But preterism says Yahushua told the truth, no games. There's no games with Yahushua HaMashiach. There's no game. This is a little nugget. I can't go no 40 minutes on a little nugget. But this is something that, don't worry about the do-rag. Don't worry about that. This is something that that has to bring out. I'm going to use some preterist primer here from my man Ed Stevens' site, Michael Nichols, Alan Nichols. Some easy stuff. He's got it all covered. 23 years. Man. I told my friend Neil earlier today that y'all ain't got no proof that he's coming back. You got a belief system. I got that. I got a belief system. That ain't no biggie. Belief system. That's nothing to say I believe. That's nothing to say that. Everybody says that. The problem is you're not held accountable in your eschatology futurism. Because all you can do is push it off into the future. Like your grandfather, your grandmother, the preachers, the this, the that. You just push it off into the future. That's going to happen in the future. So you're not never held accountable for that. But then your presupposition on some of the physical and not spiritual, not discern between apocalyptic language, symbolic language, allegory, etc., heaven and earth, sun, moon, stars, etc., you get off target. Because everything is so physical, literal to y'all people when it comes to eschatology. You can't see, you can't even think. And by the way, this is going to be a long subject. I don't know how far I want to really go with it, how long. Because really I might be just wasting my breath. But somebody might be out there in the Yasharel, Hebrew, Israelite camp, awakening, etc., that might say, you know what? I love to know my heritage. I love to know my genealogy. I love to know who I am. I love to know my descendants and who I'm a descendant of, not African-American crap and just black and all this other silliness. I love to know about that good history on that and all that. But man, my eschatology, I need to rethink this. My eschatology, I need to rethink this. My eschatology, I need to rethink this. I know you're finding out Yasharel, who you are, who your descendants are. I agree with it, and etc. Through my own studies as well, not just somebody else saying something to me. My own studies, putting time in, reading, buying books on Kindle, reading. That's right. Babylon of Timbuktu, scholar Rudolph Windsor. I don't know, make sure I'm pronouncing the name right. Yes, sure. We agree with his historical studies from a black scholar. That's right. That's right. Black historian, black scholar. There's many others. Not just him. But the matter of fact is, but when it comes to eschatology, as Yasharel and YAHSHARALITES, because I use that from Daniel 9:19, I keep saying that. Your eschatology is your suitcase that you took from futurism when you used to be a Christian. I say that in every YouTube I've done, I think. And just like Christians, you've never been questioned on your eschatology. Never. Never. And so when somebody who's called a full preterist, sounds like some kind of creature. Preterist, predator from the movie. And when we come up and start hitting, I mean slicing and cutting, straight to the matter, hitting it over that, just pounding, it becomes now heresy because the mad and the anger comes out. Heresy. Because we get upset. You don't touch my eschatology. I believe you know how many of y'all been lied to. I mean lied to about your genealogy and your heritage. I mean bamboozled, all of us. Pretty much, and white folks been lied to about the true Yasharel, true who they were, if you want to go color-wise and etc. Not 1948, and some Jews migrating to Israel. It has nothing to do with nothing. Countdown to Nowhere. Don Preston, Countdown to Nowhere. Get the book. The point of the matter is, the futurism is no different. The future is no different than your genealogy and your heritage and other scriptures being manipulated and you being blind to it. Your eschatology is no different in my view. In my view, your eschatology is no different. You've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, lied to. You've been set up. You've been tricked, etc. Boom, boom, boom. The inspired scriptures, the inspiration of scripture does not change because you find out who you are in Yahushua HaMashiach, who our ancestors are, and etc. etc. That does not change when it gets to eschatology. So it's going to sound like, wait a minute. We're not going back to the land. We're not having a little thousand. We're not what? Wait, we're not getting what? So this is going to become a problem in eschatology if my big mouth is talking. William Bell, Don Preston, Ed Stevens, Michael Finmore, Kurt Simmons. I can go on and get my papers, all the list of people who are theologians on this subject. They love to talk about it. They've been doing it for years, way longer than me. They know, boy, they've been battling. And they love to battle. The gurus, the pioneers of this stuff in our modern day. Russell in the 1800s wrote a book on the parasur word, a big book. Most of the Christians don't even know who Yosef ben Mattheyahu, that's his real name. They call him a.k.a. Farius Joseph. Most of you people who used to be Christians, now Yehudim, you don't even know who this person is. I believe Ronald Dalton knows who he is because he studies. That man puts his homework in. I give him credit for that. Ronald Dalton, you do that. You do blow it open when it comes to historical stuff on studies. But eschatology, oof, wow. Babylon is not America. It's not Russia. It's not China. It's not the United States. In Scripture. In Scripture, this is easily to be proved. Easily to be proved. And it ain't Babylon, Assyria's day neither. In the book of Revelation, chapter 18. We can go on and on. But we do have things that happen similar to things that happen in history. So we figure, well, this is that talking about this in our day. And that's how we justify that and put that in our time period, etc., etc., etc. But the apostles in Yahushua HaMashiach through the Ruach HaKodesh was not talking about any time in any foreign, unheard of futurism, eschatology, in some unwarranted time in Scripture. Of course you got the Scriptures. I've been hearing it for 23 years. Of course you're going to come up, no man knows the day and the hour. Like they supposed to have been sitting there when he said he was coming back in their generation. They supposed to have been sitting on their Jerusalem watch at 4:50 p.m. Hebrew time. He said he's going to be back. We got about 6 minutes. They're supposed to go preaching the gospel. They're supposed to have been loving their brothers and sisters. They're supposed to have been keeping the fruits. But hey, you just said they're keeping the commandments. Love thy neighbor. The fruits, Ephesians, Galatians. Fruits. Be patient. Loving, bearing, forgiving, kind, long-suffering, patience. Fruits. I know y'all want me to talk to Shabbos and statutes, laws, and commandments. No, that's for some other time. Ah, boy. But anyway, so we're gonna do this little nugget here, 15 minutes or so. Questions to ask futurism eschatology. Questions. I could think of some other stuff. I just thought about this room. I got questions all over the place. I got notes everywhere. I got stuff I write in my head at work. I got stuff all over the place. Just my brain to be running. Give you people something to think about. Because you always got questions for the full predators. But we got questions for you. We got a lot of questions. I ain't the only one. We got a lot of questions. I'm going to get some questions. I'm going to get some stuff. I'm going to give a questionnaire when I do. I got so much ammunition, I don't even know what to do. I got so much stuff to use. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then what y'all got to use, that hasn't happened yet. That's going to happen. That's going to happen soon. Watch this on the news. Watch that on the news. Gorbachev was the beast. This one's the beast. I understand, though. I understand. Been dealing with futurism in the Christian world, Jewish world, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that's it. Nugget's over. Quick nugget. Questions to ask futurism eschatology. There you go. Take care. Shalom. Take care. Check you later.